Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. Second longest winning streak in the country, 12 games in a row for the Tigers. And this past week, a couple of tough ball games as the Tigers on Saturday, you had your first really, I'm not going to say a blowout, but kind of a breather against Monmouth, because a lot of these games in this 12-game winning streak have gone down to the wire. But the Monmouth game, you were able to get your walk-ins onto the court, and it was a great atmosphere at TU Arena.
It was a great atmosphere here. Our students have been great, and it's as well as we've played all year. You know, I think we played really well, and they had an off night. So, you know, but our guys are ready. I think because of the respect level that they had for Monmouth and what a hard game we had the week before.
Right, and you guys did a great job defensively on Durr and Bashir. They're two stud scorers.
Those two guys, along with Collins, can really score. They've proven it all season long. So our guys knew you got to try to make those talented guards miss. Sometimes they just make them anyhow. But you've got to have attentiveness to different actions they run to try to make them take contested shots because of how good they are.
And then on Thursday, you bid farewell to Delaware with a tough victory against the Blue Hens.
Well, that was a great comeback win. Delaware, Delaware's good. I mean, we've had two hard-fought games with them. They can really score. They play fast. They're positionless, and guys like Camden and Riley and Lane and Pasha and Tim Corey, they got a lot of them. They beat you in a lot of ways. And our guys just hung in there. The other thing in both those games, we really got back to rebounding the ball the way our team needs to.
And again, Camden, their leading scorer, you shut him down for most of the ball game.
Yeah, he's another guy. He's gifted. He can make hard shots. I don't think guys like Christian May. I mean, he's been elite defensively. Tark, Lowry, Suleiman. Our centers, Jones, Sams, and Baya, those guys are really connected and committed defensively. And then, Dylan and Tyler, as good as scorers as they are, I've been really proud of their effort defensively in conference.
You've been talking over the last couple of weeks about what a good job Christian May's been doing defensively. When you're, and I'm looking at the postseason awards that are going to be coming up, most of the time the defensive guys are guys who rebound and block shots. That's what everybody thinks is defense. But there's a lot more to defense than just that. And what Christian's doing doesn't really show up in the stat sheet.
Well, the good thing about Christian shows up in winning.
Right.
And that's what Christian's about. He is all about winning. He's one of my all-time favorite guys. He's loyal, and he's committed. It's who he is. And look at the good players. Camden, Luster, Bashir, Yame. He's trying to guard all these guys, and really makes them work. And he wants that challenge. So, we're second in the conference in defensive efficiency, and he's a big part of that. I don't know what more you need to say about a guy.
All right, that's all in the past.
It sure is.
Tough road trip coming up to North Carolina. Campbell and Elon, two schools that have outperformed their preseason predictions of where people thought they were going to be in the conference. Campbell will start on Thursday against Elon. They are a large team and probably statistically the best rebounding team in the conference.
Well, they are the best rebound team in the conference, so it's going to be a war to try to rebound with them. They are the second tallest team in the country, according to Ken Palm. The center is now the power forward, Sam Sherry, who's having an awesome season. And then they brought in Van Cloman.
Who's been around a while.
Yeah, they brought in Van Cloman, who's 7'4". I mean, he's a big cat.
Averaging over 8 rebounds a game.
They play zone. Billy Taylor's an excellent coach. They beat Notre Dame, in the non-conference. That's as good a win as our conference has had.
And they just knocked off UNCW.
They played great the other night. We watched the game on Saturday night. Not an easy place to play, and they're good. So can we attack the zone? The two Simpkins brothers are terrific scorers, and they run a lot of off-ball actions, much like we do, which you don't always see today. So that they're a really well-coached team. And then, Saturday, obviously, Campbell's having a great year. I mean, to
They've
me,
won 7 out of 8.
yeah, Kevin McGann, Coach of the Year, the job he's done at Campbell. I mean, it's amazing.
And they're now missing possibly their best player in Sirianni, who broke his leg.
Yeah, Jason Sinani got a terrible injury, who's having a great season for them, and their leader, the kid Colby Duggan from up in Massachusetts, is playing at a first-team all-league level. They're long. They press you. They're committed defensively. Right now, they're the best defensive team in the conference, and they run the Princeton offense, but with pace. And yeah, they're good. They're obviously fighting like we are for a top 4 spot and a double bye. So, all the focus is on Elon, and then you get this quick turnaround, and hopefully we can, like I told you last week, the pressure is on the ability to execute, and there'll be 2 different game plans because 2 different styles.
So the Tigers will be at Elon Thursday night, 7 o'clock. I'll have it for you on TowsonTigers.com. And then Saturday, Coach Scary is going to be happy when he walks into the Camden Arena because it's a full regulation-length court. The last time Towson played at Campbell back in the early 90s, they were playing on a short court. It was only like 89 feet.
Is that right?
Yes, but they've now upgraded to a regulation-size court.
They've been a really good addition to our conference, and I've not been down there, but the building looks really, really nice on television.
I'll have that game for you 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. So for the head coach of the Tigers, who we should congratulate because he has now tied Vince Angotti for most wins in program history with 231. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We will be back next week with the all-time winningest coach in Towson history, we hope, on the next edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. Thanks for tuning in.